Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 in another part of our Aston Martin Road to Glory career mode. Today, we are back with the French Grand Prix, and I'm absolutely buzzing, raring to go for this because we managed to get our first points last time out in Austria. So, the rest of the season, the world is our oyster, and hopefully we can keep developing, hopefully we can keep pushing towards being a better team and managing to get more points and move up in the world. That's certainly the plan. So thank you very much for the support on the series so far. I keep saying it, but I really do mean it. Thank you. Leave a like if you do enjoy. Get involved down in the comment section as well. We're learning this game together, and for one, I'm really enjoying the series. So thank you very much for your support. I'm glad so many of you are joining us in getting immersed in the action, and hopefully you are playing the game yourself and enjoying it, because that's what it's all about. So today, as I say, we've got the French Grand Prix. We've got a few little admin tasks to get on with, maybe look at some upgrades, some manufacturing as well, because Nico Hulkenberg destroyed some of his car at the last Grand Prix, so we definitely need to look at that. We have got a new regulations vote as well, so we're going to keep an eye on that in this episode and see what that's about, and maybe that's for 2023, who knows. But without further ado, let's get in. Let's immerse ourselves in the action. F1 in Schools invitation. What's this? So our annual Aramco F1 in Schools World Final is starting with the aim to spread awareness about careers in science. Yeah, we definitely want to do that. Of course we're gonna. Not only does this competition inspire the next generation, but nurtures wider invaluable skills. Your staff would be an inspiring presence. We have already corresponded with your board of directors, and they are in full support. They would be willing to provide a complimentary bonus payment. There you go. Yes, of course we are going to attend that. That is an awesome thing to be doing. Austrian Grand Prix post-race debrief. So our telemetry shows the medium speed cornering of car 1 could be better compared to the grid. We should design a new car part to help with that. We also noticed that the cornering performance of Sebastian Vettel could be improved. So it's not his braking now, it's his cornering. So we'll look at that. Exceeding expectations at the Red Bull Ring. Brilliant. Max Verstappen, of course, won, leading Charles Leclerc over the line. And now hopefully we're going to move on with the constructors. Underfloor manufactured, which is good. The helipad is now in poor condition, so we might want to visit the helipad and get that refurbished up to full condition. That'll only take 4 days, that's fine. Let's have a little look then. Sport and changes. As you know, we may change the regulations from time to time. With these goals in mind, we are proposing a new regulation for the 2023 season. As always, we ask you vote with fairness and the future Formula One as a whole in mind. Now, basically, they want to get rid of the fastest lap bonus point. I don't like that. I like having that point in Formula One, so I'm going to vote against this regulation change. We'll see if we win that one. I'm not sure. Obviously, we're only one person. But personally, I like to see that in the sport. We also have some development points to develop, I guess, to assign to Vettel. So we are going to go for the cornering. Now up to 78 in cornering. Nico Hulkenberg, his braking does need a little bit more. I just can't believe he's on 54. How annoying. Right, let's have a little look at his parts. Did the suspension get fixed? It must have. Okay. Fair enough. The front wing as well, I guess we will need sorting out, because we only have 3 of those now. So let's get another spare manufactured for the next Grand Prix. It's going to cost us 100 grand. It's crazy the amount of money in Formula One is. It really is. Yeah, Drugovic. No development points for him. We're going to put him in FP1 again in this race. I might show you FP1 today, actually. A couple of people have been asking me about that and asking, can we actually see what you do in FP1? Of course you can. Of course. Let's do that today. It might be a little bit of a longer episode, but that's absolutely fine. So, I mean, Andrew Green, I want to get a new technical chief. We have got Chung scouted very, very soon, I think. Scouting data. Yeah, scouting in progress. That's going to be another few days before that comes through. Let's have a little look at ahead of aerodynamics. Who could we get? So, Christopher Fluitt or Martin Werner. Yeah, let's go for this guy. Just because he's slightly younger. I know he's slightly worse rated, but I think let's have a look at him. And let's have a look at race engineers as well. I would quite like to go for a Peter Bonington, but I bet you his contract is very high. He's not interested anyway. What about Mosconi? Nope. Ben Mitchell, of course, is who we've got. And Chris I mean, the engineers were pretty sorted, to be honest with you. We've got very, very good engineers. We can develop Chris Cronin, so let's put him up to a feedback, and he is now an 81 rated guy. He has got plenty of time left on his contract as well. A development point on this guy. DRS Delta. Nice. Oh, I didn't notice we had all of these. Hey, Andrew Green now a 70 rated personnel member. Does Ben Mitchell have any? No! What a shame. What a shame. Right, that's okay then. I think we're fine. We've obviously got a refurbishment of the helipad, a car park test centre and a design centre upgrade coming. Anything else? Do we have any other designs to do? No, we have got some current projects in the works, so we've got some manufacturing going, and those two designs. I mean, this one will be ready for Hungary, but other than that, we're pretty much back in everything to the summer break now. I think after the summer break, we'll probably just focus on research after that. It maybe won't be worth doing quite so many upgrades after that point. So let's zoom on. We have manufactured our rear wing, which is good. Good. Scouting complete of T. Chung, who is 78 rated. Let's have a little look at his profile. So he's a 47-year-old free agent. Let's compare him with Andrew Green. I mean, he is just better in all areas, isn't he? So can we maybe propose a contract and see what he'd be open to? So let's go for 2 seasons. Let's go for 1.3 million and a starting bonus of 50,000. I mean, it's going to cost us 1.2 million to break the contract of Andrew Green, but let's see. Contract declined, so salary needs to be better. Let's go for 3 seasons. 1.8 million. Just thinking, if we can get a better technical chief going. Huh. Does he want 4 seasons then? Let's go. I mean, this is starting to become a little bit expensive now. Let's see. So he's not happy with 4 seasons. So does he want 1 season? Is that what it is? Let's see. What do you want then? Right, this is the last contract we will offer. Right. 1 final contract offer, 3 seasons. How many seasons does this guy want? Does he want 5? No. Then what do you want? You know what, Chung? I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm just baffled. I have no idea what he wants. Andrew Green, you are reprieved for now. You've got a year left on your contract. We'll let you go for free at the end of next season. Just can't believe that. New suspension in the house, which is good. Good. All looks good. Let's just have a little look in the warehouse and double check that we've got enough of everything. So, we've got 3 chassis, that will do for now. 4 of the front wing. We're probably going to have to get a new engine, aren't we? Install that one for this Grand Prix. We're pretty close to the limit on engines. ERS. ERS is okay for now. Gearbox wise, again, we're gonna have to go into our 4th gearbox. Suspension, I'm gonna have to grab another one of them. Next Grand Prix, that's fine. Underfloor is okay. Side pods, got 4 of them. Rear wing, 4 of them. We're fine. Absolutely fine. Okay. Let's push on then. Refurbishment is complete. Perfect. We're talking about a low stock for the chassis. I suppose we could make one more of the chassis. Do we really need to, though? I mean, the team seemed to think so, and the last time that I went against the team's idea on that, we were in big doo-doo. Let's see if the vote went through. Let's see. Up-and-coming driver, Dennis Hauger. Looks pretty good. Let's get some detailed scouting on him. 19 years old. 70 rated. We'll see how he compares to Drugovic. Or Vettel, I guess. Suspension manufactured. Okay, let's have a little look then. Sport and changes. So, thank you to all the teams that are sporting. So, the majority of 4 these changes. Wow. Okay then. We're losing the fastest lap point next season. That's a shame. That is a shame. Gutted about that. Especially because Vettel got the fastest lap in the last Grand Prix. This is extortion. Right, reach Q2. We'll promise that. Finished position. Oh, we didn't want a guarantee fastest lap. Trust me on that one. That all looks good. Yeah, I don't think there's any need to do anything else there. Facilities wise, we're very close with all of that. We're on 24 million. Yeah, very, very happy. Right, let's have a quick check of the French Grand Prix and see if there's anything that we need to see. Sections by speed, car attributes. Okay, time considerations. So, chance of a safety car, 67%. Expected strategy is 1 stop again. Hard tyres are looking pretty good this weekend. You know, pace-wise, they're actually going to be quicker than the mediums on a race run. So let's just keep that in mind. And, you know, think we want to go soft hard rather than medium hard. But we'll see how it goes. Here we go then.
It's Grand Prix time here in Le Castellet. The very first horseless carriage race was organised in France in 1894. Since then, well, the carriages have only gotten faster. For the Grand Prix here, Paul Ricard boasts a fine collection of low, medium and high-speed corners. The scene curve is taken at breakneck speed, right before heavy braking at Beausset. This is an all-rounder test for cars and drivers alike. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. The weekend begins here.
Okay, cool. Right, qualifying certainly looks rainy, although we've seen that in the last Grand Prix. That's not necessarily true. Let's get ourselves into practice then. I'll show you guys exactly what we do. So, this is how I set the car. So, basically, when I'm starting out, I want to get most of these into the middle of their respective bars, but it's not always the easiest thing to do, as you can see. So we go for quite an extreme setup to begin. Always do hard tyres. Run plan, we're going to go for 18 laps. And of course, we're going to swap out Sebastian for Drugovich in this Grand Prix. What I found is Hülkenberg needs slightly longer in the car to be able to perform than Vettel. So that's, you know, kind of where I'm going with it. I think we will want pretty good straight line speed round here. So there we go. So that's, again, a fairly extreme setup to start off with. And then we get ourselves into practice one. And straight away we can...
Radio check.
Radio check.
Hey, Drugovich talked there. Cool. So we'll send out Drugovich. You always get this weird cutscene first time you let a car out in the weekend. And there he goes. And Hülkenberg is going to be the next one out there. Keep them fairly close on track. And then 16 speed it. Basically just watch them put the laps in and keep an eye on their times on the left hand side. So Drugovich through first, Hülkenberg through second. So Hülkenberg is quicker than Drugovich, as you can see. And I always keep it on sort of standard setting because I think that's a better representation of your pace for the weekend, really. If you just push, then you end up in the top 10, and funnily enough, that's never how it works out. But yeah, you just sort of keep it going round. Keep an eye on these things up here. You want this to be 5 out of 5, essentially. And that's when they'll tell you how good the setup is. It's certainly looking like we might have to go again at the moment to get a full representation of setup, but might be wrong. See, car parts knowledge is going up as well, which is good, and there you go.
Coming in or doing any more?
The car feels pretty good to Drugovich, and you can see straight away Hülkenberg's still not at that stage with the car yet. And Drugovich might as well come in now, and we can get his car reconfigured now that we know exactly how he feels about the car. And Hülkenberg's pretty happy as well, so we can bring him in. So both of them are happy with the car, which is good, you know, at this stage. That's exactly where you want to be. We might as well put my ugly mug on for this bit. Will move me into the centre like we do in the race. But yeah, let's have a little look. So then you get to see all the bars shrink down, and you can see straight away we need a little bit more rear. It's not going to be that way. It's going to be a little bit further that way. And traction wise, slightly less. So just sort of play around with it a little bit. This can be a very handy tool because you can move only 2 of them. The toe out, the braking stability and the cornering. So yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, perhaps go for a little bit more of that. And we'll see how that goes. And then put them on medium tyres for the second run. Shouldn't need quite as much time on this run. So we'll go 12 laps. But it always takes time to reconfigure the car. That's the issue. And there you go with Hulkenberg. They're all good. So kind of just fiddle about with it and hope that the next time you come round, it's that they're going to be in the great region, and then you can refine your setup from there. So again, we'll reduce that run for Hulkenberg to 12 laps. 16 speed it while they're reconfiguring the cars, keeping a little eye on how the teams are doing. So Norris is ahead of the Hasses, so Haas are struggling. Hulkenberg's ahead of Ricciardo, so that's perhaps a sign that we are in with a chance of beating McLaren this weekend, because Vettel generally has been quicker than Hulkenberg. So yeah, and this is the little number of points of whether people or your development driver will get the maximum. So I think the maximum is 500, so you want to get them to 500 essentially. But he's now within a tenth of Hulkenberg, so he's doing a decent job out there. Obviously, the more experience he gets, he's going to get better and better. Now, where is Hulkenberg? Is Hulkenberg stuck in traffic? Yes. So that's why Hulkenberg isn't improving, because he's stuck in traffic. And there you go. As soon as he was out of the traffic, he has improved that time a little bit. I also think Drugovich is he slightly ahead of him in terms of laps? No, they're actually on the same. So yeah, Drugovich is just 2/10 off Hulkenberg, which is fine. Hulkenberg in clear air now, and there you go, makes the move up to 14th, which is quite nice. Drugovich is coming through. Very, very close, and that's what you want to see with your drivers. We didn't quite get enough on the setup there. We might get an early preview. So yeah, you can see the front wing now optimal. I can see that the traction's in the wrong place though. So we actually went the wrong way with that. So we need to go more like that. Yeah, we don't know. I don't know what else. But now that we're in the middle of that might work out quite well. Yeah. So yeah, stick on the medium tyres. You don't really want to be wasting fuel. So this will take 4 laps, so we're not really going to get much of a idea for Drugovich at the very least. Hulkenberg's in a decent place though. So we can go for that. Run plan 6 laps and try and get his full ideas on it. And we've let Hulkenberg out in traffic, which is
I think we've had a
slight mistake. We might get Drugovich out there for a couple of laps, but don't think it'll quite be enough, unfortunately. There you go. So Hulkenberg's happy. And we'll get a full idea of where the setup is for Hulkenberg's car. So keep an eye on Drugovich now, because he's out there. I'd love it if he could just get enough information to tell us whether the setup's good or not. Yeah, I'm not sure he will quite get enough time. Now, can Hulkenberg do a personal best towards the end of this session? Doesn't doesn't look like it, but he's sandwiching the McLarens at the minute. What can Drugovich do? Will he get one more lap out of this? I don't think so, will he? Ooh, not quite.
Okay, and all the way to zero. All the way to zero.
Not quite.
Car off.
Although he didn't hit the checkered flag, so we'll get a little bit more. Hulkenberg improves towards the end. Let's hop on board with Drugovich. He doesn't seem to be going very fast. Maybe, is he at the end of his spell? No, I don't think so. Oh, now he's going for it. Is it raining? No. This messes with me, the mud on the screen. But yeah, no, I think he is pushing. Yeah, he is going to get one more lap in. So what we're looking at, 134 flat. There's Perez's time. What can he do? Hey, a little improvement there, I think, at the end. And he is closer to Daniel Ricciardo. And that's not bad, really, for Felipe Drugovich in an FP1 session. Looks like Gasly's taken an engine penalty, so we'll keep an eye on that later. But 15th and 17th in FP1. You can see their car parts knowledge is sublime. And now, essentially, we just move on. You can see Hulkenberg is pretty good. Optimal braking stability. I think he'll want a little bit less of that. And it is going to be about trying to keep these things fairly close, particularly our optimal. You can see we're moving those very, very slightly just to see what we can get. So we'll try and use medium tyres for him. We'll have to see what Vettel thinks after that. So let's simulate session 2 and see how we get on in it. But yeah, that's essentially how I do practice and set up the cars. If you've got any better ideas, let me know. So Vettel 15th, Hulkenberg 18th. And fairly close. Vettel's 88%, Hulkenberg 87%. Very, very positive.
Today, we see the culmination of the team's practice efforts translate to the all-important qualifying session. Practice 3 affords the teams one final opportunity to tweak their setups as the drivers get to grips with the tracks every turn. Once they reach qualifying, there simply won't be time to think twice. Drivers will need to outdo one another if they're to climb their way up the grid and secure themselves a solid starting position for tomorrow's race. Stay with us as we see who can deliver on motorsport's biggest stage.
Okay, here we go then. Ready for practice 3. Let's head into it. So let's have a look at Vettel's. Most of that is optimal, but you can see straight up there, that's not inside the bar, so I can tweak that a little bit. You can see straight away that that is going to be better. Keep the rest of it fairly close, because that's how you get optimals, is by keeping it incredibly close to where it was. Just change it ever so slightly. So that's what we're going to go for with Seb and with Hulky. You can see his cornering could be a little bit better. So that's not bad. Yeah, we probably like that there. Yeah, that's pretty good. You're not going to get much better than that. This one here. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for that. Let's see if we can do better with Hulkenberg's car. Okay, practice 3, simulate that. These could be pretty high set of confidences, which is you know, perfect for us, really. Charles Leclerc quickest in that session. Vettel 15th, Nico Hulkenberg 17th. I mean, Hulkenberg definitely closing in on Vettel there. 96%. Come on! Very good for both drivers. And we will not be changing that, put it that way. But as you can see, again, I mean, straight away I can see where optimal is going to be, because it's going to be tiny little bit to the left, so it's going to be on that bar on the right there, which I guess we can use this, can't we? You know, that might be 100% confidence for Hulkenberg if we do that. Vettel. Wow. I mean, that's very close. There's no need to really fiddle with that. Okay, right, let's get into qualifying then. Qualifying 1 is about to get underway. Let's see how the drivers do. We'll get rid of my ugly mug as we get into
loud and clear.
qualifying for the weekend.
Green now.
Again, I think I'm going to just leave it a bit. Let some guys get a time on the board. But then the problem is traffic gets a little bit busy. So we'll let these guys pass and then let Vettel get out there. We'll let Schumacher, Albon pass. Hulkenberg's going to go out. So we'll zoom around the lap and then we'll ride on board with Sebastian Vettel and see exactly where we're at today. So coming around the final sector. Ready to start the lap. On these soft tyres. And what we need to remember is that the hards are better than the mediums in the race. So here we go. Vettel begins his flying lap. So we're looking for, you know, a late 31s really, to get up towards Perez, but mid 32s is where we'd like to be, if at all possible. Now, annoyingly, we've got a car in front of us here, one of the Haas cars, and I think that is going to ruin Sebastian Vettel's lap. I think that has ruined it. That's a pity. That is a pity. And that's why you should probably carry a couple of additional laps of fuel in case you need to run again. It's in the middle sector, so 28.5. What did he do in the first sector? 24.3. 24.4 for Hulkenberg, so Vettel's first sector at the very least was what we expect. Perez is half a second quicker than Verstappen. Leclerc 0.6 of a second off. What's Hulkenberg going to do in the middle sector? 28.5 from Vettel. What's it going to be? 29.0. Goodness me, he's well off the pace. Considering Vettel comes up to the line, and that's not good. It's still quicker than the Williams cars, but I think both of our drivers have been affected by traffic. And that's exactly what I wanted to avoid. Hulkenberg, yeah, 1.5 seconds off the pace there. Right. I think we are going to have to use a new set, aren't we? Which is a shame. And I think we're just going to have to wait it out until the end of the session. Now, quite a long lap this, so don't want to leave it too late until we start going out there. There they go. There they go. They're all heading out. And for the best conditions. Now, send Hulkenberg out. Vettel. So there we go. I think we're all right. I think we're the back of the train. And Hulkenberg's sort of in the middle of a few guys, but should get a nice little tow actually. Should be good. Schumacher currently the man at risk. Let's get sector times up. So what we're looking at, we want a sort of a low 33s really to get in. So keep an eye on sector times. Vettel steaming his way towards his flying lap. Can he hook it up? Is Vettel going to make it over the line here? I think he should. Just about. It is going to be tight, but we'll do it. So Charles Leclerc, purple in Sector 1. Ricciardo and Albon improving in Sector 1. You would imagine Mick Schumacher and Magnussen will improve, as well as Carlos Sainz. But we need to keep an eye on sector times, really. What the guys at the bottom doing 24.3s. What can Vettel do in that first sector? What did Hulkenberg do? He did a 24.4. What can Vettel do? That looks decent. 24.3. So Vettel definitely comparable with the other guys. Middle sector. What did they do? 28.3, 28.5, 28.6. Hulkenberg's coming through. 28.3, that's pretty good. So Hulkenberg comparable with Ricciardo at the very least. Vettel comes through. 28.2. This could be a chance for us both to get through to Q2 here. Albon's gone through. He's not done enough. Schumacher is improving in the middle sector. Ricciardo up to 15th. As it stands. Here comes Norris. Where's Norris going to go? He goes 13th. Hulkenberg's going to be the first over the line for us. Here comes Nico Hulkenberg. A couple of decent sectors for him. He comes up to the line. It's going to be in the 33s. A 33.7 puts him 17th. He's not through. What about Vettel? Vettel comes through. Up to the line. It's a 33.4, which is 15th and puts Daniel Ricciardo out of qualifying, and he's in by a 10th of a second. Perfect. Unfortunate for Nico Hulkenberg. He's going to be down to 18th, and that's becoming his regular starting position now, which is a shame. I think he does get shafted a little bit by his rating, I've got to admit. But oh, it's intermediate tyres for session 2. So let's get into the session and see how we do. Do we want 2 flying laps? Perhaps we do. Perhaps we do. Let's go. Let's go. 1.5 millimeters of water on the track. Let's get out there straight away, Seb. Because, well, it's going to be raining at the start of the session, but it is going to dry up, so... Oh no, it is going to rain in the middle. So this could be the best time to get out there. Let's see.
Radio check.
Yeah, loud and clear.
So we're going to do 2 flying laps on this.
There is a small sprinkling of rain. Could be.
And I think this, honestly, could be the best time to get out there and get your time in. Because the rain is going to come midway through the session. I'm going to get my ugly mug on because we can shove me over Nico Hulkenberg where he would be. You're going to see my live reactions to this. So Sebastian Vettel, we'll keep an eye on his sector times of his first lap. Now, what tyres have people gone for? They're all going intermediate now. Can Vettel get past these guys? It's getting heavier again. So Vettel just in front of Hamilton there. That's good. So he is going to have a nice clear track here. We'll whip it onto 2 times speed. These could be the best laps that you're going to get in this session. But they might not be, you know. And we're not doing any sort of cool down lap. Oh no. We're going to make it past this guy. Just, I think. I don't know if he held it true, but we'll see. It is getting dry again now. That surely means his second flying lap is going to be even better. So here we go. Sebastian Vettel is going to come up to the line. There's a Ferrari coming out. Is he going to be on the dry tyre? I don't know. 37.8 for Sebastian Vettel. Now, what can he do on his second flying lap? He's going to go around again. Should be absolutely fine here. Now, who's going to go quicker? I think Gasly's going to go quicker. So green first sector. And now we are back into wet conditions. How's the track looking? It is going to get worse from this point. Surely this is the best time to be out there. There's a bit of traffic coming up though. Wow, Gasly's went 2.2 seconds quicker. How's he managed that? Little green in the middle sector. We're going to come across this traffic annoyingly.
Rain risk is receding.
Go with that.
Get out the way! Oh, this is so stupid. Get out the way! He might be okay. I think they did do a good job of getting out of the way, to be fair to them. It is a green first sector, green middle sector. We come up to the line now. And it's slow. It's slow. Well, it is what it is. The rain is getting worse. But we've not put in good times, so Norris only goes 7th. Verstappen starting his lap now. Let's keep an eye on Max. Max doesn't exactly look like he's struggling, does he? Have we got Alonso coming up? No, it's Ocon coming up to the line. And he goes slower, so yeah, the track is getting slower out there. And I don't think it's going to improve before the end of the session. Sainz goes 10th. I think we're through here. I think we're through. I think we've nailed it. I think a new set of intermediate tyres will be what we call for. I think perhaps 3 flying laps is what we want. So the rain might get better. It might get better. Verstappen goes 8th. There's no point in us going out as it stands. There's nobody's out there putting in special lap times. That one's 2 oranges. He's not on a flying lap. Let's have a look at Charles Leclerc. I mean, it is sunny out there. Where's Charles Leclerc going to get? He comes through, and it's a 140.8, which puts him 9th. So everybody's through now. Gasly by far the quickest. And what we need to keep an eye on is this rainfall. I think if that falls below 2, then we need to get back out there. Maybe we are going for just the 1 lap at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. We need to pick the best time to go out there. I suppose if we do go out there, then we give ourselves a chance. Probably want to be the last man over the line, really. There you go. People are starting to leave. Right, let's go with Vettel. Let's hit the road. I just don't think that the track conditions are going to do it. I really don't. It's 2.2. Let's keep an eye on sector times, because people need to be doing better, don't they? Vettel's in a pretty good position if he can make it to the line. Bottas has gone quicker in the first sector, so the track is better. So let's get on board with our man, Mr. Sebastian Vettel, who's good in wet weather conditions, but these are very on the cusp. Everybody improving in the first sector except the top 7. Now, if Vettel doesn't improve in sector 1, then we're not going to be beaten. Surely we're not going to be beaten. It's not going to be strong enough. I really don't know. We're going to go back to last lap times. We've got Bottas coming over the line first. Where is Bottas going to go? Bottas comes through the finish line. Where's he going to finish? He goes 8th at 1:38.8. I don't think anybody's going to beat our time. Norris goes through. Verstappen goes a little bit quicker. Sainz does. Leclerc and Perez could. Oh, this is going to be close. Is this going to be heartbreak? It's going to be... Oh, Alonso doesn't go quicker. Ocon doesn't. It's Leclerc that's currently in trouble. He comes up to the line and he goes 5th. But we are through to our first ever Q3. Sebastian Vettel has done a brilliant job out there. He comes up to the line. He does a 1:38.6, which, to be fair, a better last lap time than Tsunoda did. Obviously, Q3, we're not really going to be anywhere, but we're going to be starting in P10, which is awesome. Awesome stuff. And it may well rain again in Q3. I don't know. We've got 2 sets of soft tyres available. I think we go on I want to keep a set for tomorrow, so we're going to go on a used set for our first run, and that's what we'll do, and then a brand new set for our second run. But wow, we're through Q3. Wasn't expecting that this weekend. To be honest, this is going to be a long episode. This is why I don't usually show practice. But, yeah, here we go. Let's just double check the weather. Weather's going to be absolutely fine. So, let's get Mr. Vettel out there.
Okay,
On his
1, 2, loud
used soft tyres. And let's see what we can pull off here. Yeah, I think he got held up a little bit by Gasly there. So he comes up to the line to 1:33.7, which it is quicker than Perez. We're only a 10th off Magnussen. And remember, those are used tyres. let's go straight into that. We are currently P8. Don't think we'll finish there, but there's some people heading out onto the track now. I think it's our turn. There we go. So, brand new tyres. And of course, we will watch this one attentively. Russell's a long way ahead of everybody else. So here we go. Sebastian Vettel on his push lap. Brand new set of tyres. We throw everything at this lap. And we keep an eye on Yuki Tsunoda and Kevin Magnussen. Those are the ones that we need to really keep an eye on the times of. So Magnussen a 24.3. What's Tsunoda going to pull off? 24.2. And what about Sebastian Vettel? Comes through. 24.3. That's not his best. That is not his best. Middle sector. What are they pulling off? Magnussen 28.4. What about Tsunoda? 28.3. Vettel. Needs to be a 28.2 really. It's a 28.3 again. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this. But we've given it a goddamn good go, haven't we? Charles Leclerc looks like he's going to be on pole position. Gasly, 4th. Absolutely brilliant from him. Sainz goes across the line. Verstappen goes across the line. He goes 2nd. What about Magnussen? He's slightly improved, I think. As Perez goes quickest. Perez is on pole position. Tsunoda goes 8th. What about Vettel? What can he do? He comes up to the line. Where's he going to finish? A 33.7, which is a 10th off 9th. So Sebastian Vettel will start tomorrow's race in 10th position. That is not half bad. Our first Q3 appearance of the season, following our first points last time out. We'll start for that. That is definitely the case. Very good.
But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
There was some good work from Aston Martin during the qualifying session, and they will go to the grid full of confidence. McLaren did a decent job during qualifying. This is a solid grid position, and it certainly has the potential to lead to good race results. And the weather is sunny here today, apart from a few clouds. Let's hope they remain scattered on the horizon.
Absolutely right. So brace yourself for a fantastique conclusion to the French Grand Prix.
Oh, we love the cringiness of David Croft, don't we? Now, let's have a little look at what compounds we've got. So we've got 1 brand new set of soft tyres for Vettel, 2 for Hülkenberg. Now, any rain in the race? It doesn't look like it. I'm just going to double check on that. Yep. So we think hards are going to be better than mediums in this race. Obviously, mediums are a lot more durable than softs. So perhaps we start off with the soft tyres. Then we have to, we have to be very, very careful. I think we want to revert that and go for the normal strategy, which allows us to attack a little bit. Nico Hülkenberg, he's going to go for the alternate again. He's going to go hards and then mediums. Of course, if there are safety cars, we could potentially bring him in for some softs towards the end and see how we get on. We'll add a couple of more laps of fuel to allow us to push early in the race. And without further ado, let's pop them on attacking for the first few laps. And we'll see how we get on in this French Grand Prix. It's going to be an exciting one, I think. Vettel starting in 9th because Gasly's obviously got a
Quite
penalty.
a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. And there's Sebastian Vettel. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. There's the second Aston Martin. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. The teams are ready to go. This is it. It's time for the French Grand Prix.
Here we go then.
And it's
Lights out, away we
and
go.
away we go.
And Vettel off to a good start. You can see Kevin Magnussen, he's on the hard tyres, so very important that we make a move past Kevin Magnussen through turn 1, and Vettel goes down the inside. He's side by side with Yuki Tsunoda. This is a wonderful start, but they both managed to keep their foot down, and Vettel still in 9th place after the start, but that was an awesome little manoeuvre, and Hulkenberg having a little look down the inside of Mick Schumacher here, but slows down, and we'll just let
Doing a good job.
Hulkenberg do his own job. Here goes Sebastian Vettel. Can he make this early move on Kevin Magnussen? We need to get past the hard tyre runners because they are slower and they will get in our way, as we've seen in Austria. We don't want to have another Bottas situation in that race. So, can we make the move stick? He is having a little look here. But I think it would be unwise to push that hard at the start of this Grand Prix. So we're going to go onto neutral now. And wait until the DRS, essentially. And then make our move. Hulkenberg, meanwhile, 17th place. He's fighting the other Haas of Mick Schumacher. A little look around the outside. It's important for him to get past some hard tyre runners as well. It seems a bit of a 50-50 split between the grid today. Lots of guys at the front on the mediums, and lots of guys at the back on the hards. So let's zoom it on a little bit until lap 3 comes about and DRS territory. And, well, this could be a chance for Vettel. He's having a little look.
Looks like Aston
Go on
Martin
then.
have just
Let's
gained
give you a
race
bit of
position.
overtake. So there you go. And Hulkenberg has made it past Schumacher as well. Lovely jubbly. And Vettel is past Magnussen. And now we'll be
Aston
having a little
Martin
look
with a great play
at
there.
Yuki
They've
Tsunoda.
moved
And
up a
Tsunoda, I think, will have dropped outside of the 1 second window to Russell. He has done that, so should be like taking candy from a baby, this one. So here he comes. Oh, left and right. Now, right behind Yuki.
So DRS is enabled now.
Drop it down to aggressive,
So back off.
because we do not want to waste these tyres. Hulkenberg, meanwhile, doing well with Danny Rick, so we'll put him on to... oh, he's already on overtake. We'll put Vettel on overtake now. He should be getting DRS. We'll tell him to attack. Yeah, this should be a very straightforward overtake. Here he comes. DRS open. And he is through. So let's deploy our DRS. Let's try and get out of the 1 second window.
You can use energy.
And let's try and catch up to George Russell and get into his DRS. That would be rather nice. 1.7 seconds. And Hulkenberg not doing too badly. So we're going to just drop him down to aggressive now.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
Can Vettel catch up to George Russell through this final sector using a bit of ERS? Taking a little bit out of his tyres. Because Hamilton is on the hard tyre, so he's holding up Russell a little bit. It's interesting that Mercedes have decided against team orders here. Yes, we are more than 1 second ahead now, so we're going to drop down to neutral. But we'll keep pushing the tyres and the fuel. Try and catch ourselves up to George Russell. Yeah, the Mercedes squabbling, that is allowing us to catch them up. We will deploy now.
Use energy if you need.
This could be a chance, you know. We're not in the DRS zone yet. We are pretty close. We've got Hamilton now. Oh, that's close between the two Mercedes cars. They are ruining each other's races here, because now we are within 1.5 seconds. This is really, really exciting. Let's just have a little look at this battle up ahead. So Lewis Hamilton still pushing on George Russell. And the top four, look how close they are. We've got Red Bull 1 and 2, Perez from Verstappen, Leclerc from Sainz. Is Hamilton going to be able to get past George Russell? Oh, Vettel now well within range. Here we go, back to neutral we go, because we're now in the DRS range, and hopefully we can be pulled along by these two as Hamilton goes back past George Russell. Very, very good. And Vettel having a little look at Russell as well. This is good. Now let's drop that back down to aggressive.
Drop back a bit.
Yeah.
This isn't really our fight at the minute. Hulkenberg, we're going to drop down to standard and balanced. His time will come. Might as well stay in that DRS train for now.
Safe fuel, safe fuel.
So here we go with Sebastian Vettel. George Russell again closing in on Lewis Hamilton. Oh, he's going around the outside. They're side by side, the Mercedes cars here. Oh, this is nearly ended in tears. And Vettel's just ready and waiting to pick up the pieces. This could be a race-long battle. And Vettel doing a sterling job, up to 7th place in this Grand Prix. And you know, could well be looking at potentially 5th. He is staying with these guys for now. Obviously needs to watch his tyres a little bit. And here we go once again, sticking with these guys. DRS keeps you with them. Gonna harvest our energy, try and
We just need to charge up.
get as much back as we can. Gonna drop that back down to standard as well, because I think we can just stay in the DRS for a few laps, charge our battery up, and then go for it. Just need to be a little bit careful. Don't want to drop out of that 1 second window. Which is what we have done, but we have got DRS to close back in. And we'll head back to neutral and aggressive in this part of the track where there is no DRS. And we're 6 laps into this, and we haven't zoomed forward once, really. So and Hamilton are just constantly at each other's throats here. Hulkenberg doing a good job in 16th, conserving his tyres. Because if he can take them longer and swap onto the softs later on, that could be crucial. Right, come on. This is good. Again, we're gonna harvest. Try and get enough back in this first sector. Just keeping a close eye on the gaps here. And this could be our chance on George Russell. He's not going to have DRS, so let's go and overtake him. Let's do it. Oh, this is close. Well, we're going to go for it again here. And we are past George Russell this time. And then onto neutral. And we try and catch Lewis Hamilton.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
We need to get into the DRS of Lewis very, very quickly here. Oh, Hulkenberg's locked up. What a pillock. His braking is just awful, isn't it? So we're now going to go light and conserve. Not conserve fuel, actually. But we'll harvest his energy for a few laps. He might be able to get back into that window.
No saving required.
Yep.
Yeah, we're expecting Russell to pass once again here. We're going to harvest some energy. We need to stay with Russell. That was the thing, we didn't have enough energy to push on from the Russell
It's a race position gained
maneuver.
from Mercedes.
We are pulling away nicely from Fernando here. We need to try and get that full tank of ERS. We are going to be in the DRS here to help us catch back up to George. Perfect. Yeah, that's what we needed. Now if we can stay close in this first sector, it'll be ideal. Get DRS again. And we'll be nearly at a full charge of battery, I would imagine. So here we go. Just about half a second off. And there are yellow flags. I'm hoping it's not Hulkenberg again.
Oh, there's a spin!
It's Lando Norris towards the back of the field. But yeah, Vettel doing a great job staying with George Russell here. Because we're in his slipstream. Another driver's locked up. That was Mick Schumacher. And come on, Vettel, stay nice and close. And this is great, you know, sticking at a Mercedes pace is very impressive. From where we were a few races ago, lagging right at the back of the field in no man's land. This is exactly what we needed to do. Vettel doing a very, very good job. We're trying to harvest as much energy as we can, so that when the time comes, we can have a go at Russell and actually make it stick. Nearly at a full battery now. Let's keep going. Got lots of position changes around the field.
Okay, energy's good.
It's good for Nico. How far behind is he? About 4 seconds. Let's push his engine a little bit. Push that to standard, and I think he might be able to catch up to Norris.
Push more.
Good.
Is Vettel in the 1 second window? He certainly is. He's actually gained a little bit of time on Russell this lap. And how are the tyres doing? Not bad. Not bad. We are, of course, having to push a little bit harder than we wanted, but if you look at the hards, we will have a little bit of margin at the end. So we do have a little bit of margin with these tyres. We'd obviously like to keep them fresher for longer. Vettel now full charge.
We've got loads of energy. Copy.
So we'll stick it on neutral. We don't need to be particularly pushing. No longer saving. Okay, so we might be able to zoom this forward a little bit. I think we're quite content staying in Russell's gearbox. And there goes Vettel past Russell. And can we now slingshot our way towards Hamilton?
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
So there goes Russell back through.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
What are we now? 1.7 behind Hamilton. It's going to be Vettel back through on Russell again, is it? Yeah. Oh, there's yellow flags. Don't know who that was
Aston
for.
Martin with a great
I think it
play
must have
there.
been Perez,
They've moved up
because
a
he's
place.
dropped back a bit from the
Someone
top
spun
four.
out.
Yeah, Perez spun. So, doing a good job here, considering the mediums are not the tyres to be on particularly. Got another 7-8 laps on these. Sticking with George Russell all the way here. We're not actually that far off the leader's pace. Do feel like it'll just take one big push from us to get towards Hamilton. Out of the DRS range of Russell, but
Mercedes moved up a place.
could be this lap. Let's give it one go. Let's give it one go.
You can use energy. Copy.
It's whether we can get round the outside here. No. Back off, back off. Still side by side. 5.5 ahead of Alonso as well. This is okay. Maybe now deploy
So use energy.
and attack.
Copy.
Let's try and get towards Lewis. No, not happening. Not happening this time. Keep it unbalanced as well.
Back off.
Okay, copy.
Still chasing after Russell here. Trying to save a little bit of fuel. Now, what would happen if we went to standard on the tyres? Would we stay in this battle? Well, we're staying pretty close. And hopefully this will help the tyres out a little bit. There's yellow flags in Sector 3. Doesn't look like anything serious though. That was Perez again though. We're still not really close enough to be taking advantage of that. Okay, right. Gonna go aggressive. Push that. We're gonna deploy. We're gonna try and make this the lap.
Use energy if you need it.
We'll try and make this the lap where we pass George Russell. So here we go. And then try and push on towards Lewis Hamilton. That's the plan. So objective 1 complete. We're past George Russell. Now, can we use our energy to get out of the 1 second window and get ourselves towards Lewis Hamilton? This is very, very close. But no, this is the thing. Russell within half a second and will surely come straight back past us here on the DRS. See, it's closing in. He's not quite there, but then he'll stay with us round the first sector. That was the fastest lap, by the way, which is good. Only 1.9 behind Lewis. But we're bringing George along for the ride. Well, is Russell going to get us here? It's going to be close. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. It was always going to be tough, but that's what we were trying, and at least we got the fastest lap of the race.
For Mercedes.
Yeah, let's head back to balance now.
Lift and coast will help.
Yeah, copy.
Try and make these tyres last until the pit window. How's Hulkenberg doing? What's his tyres looking like at the moment? Decent. Fuel is fine. Hulkenberg 4.5 off Norris. And it's going to be the second race in a row that Hulkenberg's not really turned up on race day. And that's a pity, but here comes Vettel again. Down the inside of George Russell. Good move. Let's plonk that on charge.
We just need to charge up.
Copy.
Push on the fuel again. Give it a go. at staying in front, but even with deploy, we weren't able to stay ahead. So here he comes, George Russell again. He's going to pop up on that left-hand side, and that's exactly what he does. So back down to standard.
Just lift and coast.
Copy.
Let's stay with them. I think it's not going to be next lap, but the one after that we're going to be coming into the pits, so that's what we need to focus on. So George Russell. He's ahead of us. We're now ahead of Carlos Sainz, which is an interesting one. So again, Seb staying within range of Russell. Is Russell going to come in this lap or next lap? Do we undercut him? Well, I mean, he might not be coming in next lap anyway. He's actually coming in this lap, so now it's time to absolutely throw the pedal to the metal and go for it.
You can use everything from the tyres, use everything.
So Russell's in.
Copy.
We need to try our best to overcut him here. Yeah, let's do it. We'll come in this lap because I don't think we've got enough percentage on the tyres to really
box,
push.
Box.
And where's Russell going to come out? So Russell coming out of the pit lane now. Who's he going to come out behind? Is Hulkenberg going to be able to help? Here comes Hulkenberg. I think he's going to come out just behind, unfortunately. Russell is behind Lando Norris, which could be a bit of an issue for him. So he's trying to get the tyres into the optimal window. So come on, Vettel, let's see your best here as you come into the pit lane. We're now 4 seconds off the back of Hamilton, so Hamilton definitely quicker at this stage of the race on those hard tyres. And Leclerc has put in the fastest lap of the race so far. I thought Vettel was going to go wide there. How's Russell doing? Oh, he's side by side with Norris. Can Norris come to our aid here? He's holding it in there. Oh, that could have been nasty. That could have been nasty, but Vettel into the pits. It's a long old pit lane, this one. So we need a quick pit stop, that's for sure. And we're away. That's a very good pit stop, 2.7 seconds. Where's Russell? Russell's coming out the final corner now. Where's Vettel? I think Russell's going to do it. Oh, this is close. This is very close. Yeah, Russell has done it. And annoyingly for us, we've come out just behind Lando Norris, just like Russell did. So, Russell's definitely gained a bit of time on us there. And that could be the end of that battle. It's certainly not one I think we can win easily. It's going to be a bit like the Bottas one, of trying to be tactical about it, and it might go all the way up to the last lap. But what could help us is Norris having a little go. We are going to attack on these tyres in these first couple of laps. to try and get past. And also because Hamilton is there for the taking on the hard tyres. It all depends what sort of lap times he's putting in. But Hamilton leading the race at the moment. 10.7 ahead of Max Verstappen. Oh, come on. Need to get past.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
Yeah.
There we go. Go down the inside of Norris. That's perfect. And now the DRS will bring us back in towards
That's it.
George Russell. So back down to aggressive we go. And there are yellow flags in Sector 3, and I think it might be Norris. Is it?
Gained a race position.
I'm not sure.
I think there's been a
It's
lockup.
Sonoda. So, Vettel going to be having a look at George Russell here. So let's have a little go at him. Because why not? Here he goes. Perfect. And now deploy.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
And now attack.
Copy.
Get out of the 1 second window. Or try to.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Okay, copy.
But no, Russell is coming back at us, I think. We'll keep that on push. We'll move that as standard. And we're just going to accept it if Russell gets back past us, I think. I don't think it's worth fighting too hard over. Let's have a little look at last lap pace. So Lewis just did a 1:37.8. What are we doing? 37.3. So we are a little bit quicker than Hamilton. So again, if we can use each other here. There could be a little
race
chance.
Position gained for Mercedes.
So can Vettel stay within a second of George Russell? Let's get the interval up. Let's zoom the race forward. Gonna keep an eye on when Hamilton comes into the pits. It's essentially going to be the key moment of this race. It's little yellow
That
flags.
sounds like someone's gone wide there.
That was Zhou Guan Yu. Now, how long can Nico Hülkenberg keep those hard tyres going? He might as well hold back cars behind just to help us out a little bit. Vettel and Russell are in a bit of a ding-dong battle here. And Vettel currently leading it. So, let's have a look at the last lap. Hamilton did a 1:37.6. What's Vettel going to do this lap? Oh, 1:38.1. So Hamilton is going quicker because we are battling. Hamilton still
Alpha Tower
out in
regained
front.
the place.
Gasly overtakes Hülkenberg. Schumacher's going to be next, I think. Not far off pit window. How's Vettel doing? Surely he's going to get overtaken here. You would imagine so. No, Vettel managing to stay in front. Hamilton's still out there.
Haas with
Still
an
not
overtake there.
coming into the pits. Russell's coming back at Vettel. Nope. So Vettel is staying in front of Russell for now. Still 23 laps to go after this one. So, well, Hamilton's still not into the pits. Let's get that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's keep an eye on Lewis Hamilton. What are his tyres at the minute? 49,
Looks
pretty
like
good.
Aston Martin have just gained a race
Hulkenberg back
position.
past Schumacher. Hulkenberg's hard tyres, much worse than Hamilton's, but Hamilton is in. Hamilton is in. Let's hop on board with Vettel. Where are we going to come out in comparison to Lewis Hamilton? Oh, well behind. Well behind. Now, what are we looking at for old tyres? Not bad. Not bad. This is decent from Vettel. Optimal lap for Hulkenberg. Don't think we'll get the softs to run to the end. What lap are we on? Yeah, they only last 25 laps, so we'll have to go on to the mediums.
Box.
So let's stick him on full attack. And he might as well deploy as well.
Yeah.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
Meanwhile, Vettel still doing a great job defending from George Russell. Until this lap, funnily enough, when we were watching him. What are the chances of that?
Mercedes moved up a place.
I think... Well, Gasly's actually catching us here. I remember the times when Alonso was not far ahead of us. Is George Russell just slow? Perhaps he is. We'll go a little bit aggressive on the tyres. Try and open this out a little bit. Because what we can't do is have Gasly and Alonso getting involved in this battle.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Yeah, Vettel back in front. And it is just back and forth between them. Now, Hulkenberg is going to be able to be aggressive between now and the end, but not stupid. So Vettel's still in P8. We've got the two Alfa Romeo cars that have still yet to pit. 39% they're on at the minute.
It's a race position gained from Mercedes.
How's Russell's tyres? Not bad. Remember, we pitted a lap later, and Russell's tyres are already better than ours. So we are using more of our tyres in this battle. Alonso and Gasly are just behind as well.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
This is not good. I don't think a four-way battle will end well for us, and could end with us outside of the points as it stands. We've got the two Alfa Romeos side by side. Surely they're coming into the pits. Yeah, Zhou is in. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out in front. If anything to go by Russell, then Russell did get the undercut on us. Zhou's come out into some clear air. Meanwhile, Bottas chasing after his old friend Lewis Hamilton. Bottas in the pits. Is Zhou gonna pass him? Here he comes. Is Zhou gonna pass him? Oh no, they've come out line astern. Funnily enough, but Russell has now got back past us, and Alonso is within a second. So they're now in the battle. It's a 4-way battle for 6th position in this Grand Prix. We got
Looks like
13
Aston Martin
laps to
have
go.
just gained a race position.
It's a bit like a peloton, this. Probably better off being at the back, saving yourself. So whether we now make that decision to harvest the energy a little bit and try and stick in the peloton. Use the DRS to stay close. And fend off the others. So back to harvesting. Back to neutral. Oh, there's a crash. Where has that happened? I think it's with the leaders, is it? I'm not sure. It was with the leaders. Are we going to get to see what happened? Let's see. So it was Charles Leclerc.
Watch this. There's Leclerc.
So Leclerc was going down the inside. He made contact.
There's the collision. It's caused absolute carnage.
That surely means that Leclerc's going to have to come into the pits. Well, Vettel still just behind Lando Norris. George Russell. Trying to save our tyres for the finale of this race. And Verstappen and Leclerc are in now. Will we manage to get past them? We may well do, you know. They might well get involved in this battle as well. They're into the pits. Surely we're going to be coming out in front of them. Let's hop on board. Verstappen's coming out. Leclerc is still there. He's been penalised. Hamilton's through. Verstappen coming out the pit lane now. Where's Russell? He's coming around the final corner. And we've just dropped behind Pierre Gasly.
Currently P8.
Are we going to come past Charles Leclerc?
So we just need to push now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're past Verstappen, actually. We're past Verstappen. So, Verstappen is going to get involved in this little battle. This is going to be an intense end to this race. And Gasly now looking the raciest of the lot of us. Ourselves and Alonso, slightly more worn tyres. Here we go with DRS. Ourselves and Russell pushing to get back past Gasly. We are harvesting. But yeah, this could be an intense end to the race. Now that Verstappen and Leclerc are in there, and we have yellow flags again. I don't know who that was. There's another one.
It's a spin.
Looking up, it was Alex Albon. We've got an incident in Sector 1. Is that Latifi? Or is it? No, it's Alonso. Alonso has had a spin, so he's out of it. Right, we got to get back in here. Struggling to stay in the DRS zone of these guys. Just about in it. Trying to keep this charge for the last lap. So Russell closes in on Gasly. We close in as well. I think our tyres are starting to go off. And there you go, we drop out of the 1 second window. We're still in P6 in this Grand Prix, which is an absolutely amazing result, but I don't think we're going to be competing with Gasly and Russell for the rest of this Grand Prix. We finally dropped out of it. The only thing that could bring us back into it is if Max Verstappen manages to catch them. Or do we use our energy now? Maybe we use our energy now. Let's try and get back. Let's try and get back into that battle. Charles Leclerc has put in the fastest lap of the race. He's surely going to be passing Fernando Alonso here. Come on, Vettel. Come on, Sebastian. There's a possible P4 on offer here. If we can play our cards right. It's 8 laps to go. I'm a bit worried about tyres. Bit worried. Hans Hulkenberg doing, he's down in 17th. Not really in any race at all. Because Vettel's been in a race-long battle, his tyres are not good. Gasly and Russell still side by side. We need them to collide, really, or at least slow each other down. Let's pop that back to neutral for now. Let's double the speed. Right, come on. There you go. They're starting to lose time now. As Verstappen's going to have a look at us. Don't lose time to him. Just get in his DRS. And use him to pull you forward.
Red Bull
That's
gained
what we
the
need.
place.
So here we go. DRS on Verstappen. Problem is he hasn't got DRS on them. But it has pulled us all a little bit closer. This is going to be intense. Leclerc's 4 seconds behind here. I don't think he's going to reach us. We're just about going to have enough tyres, I think. DRS again. But Verstappen not in the DRS. And we actually pass Verstappen again. That's probably not for the best, but we are back into the second window of the two cars in front. This is insane. And we've got some traffic.
There. They've moved up a place.
That's going to give Gasly the DRS. And hopefully Albon is going to get out of the way here. DRS enabled. Got to get past Albon before the corner. Where's Max? Max is there. And we've dropped out of the 1 second again. Oh, that's frustrating. Frustrating. Right. I'm trying to keep that charge for the very end, the bitter end. There goes Max Verstappen. Surely he's going to pass us here. He doesn't. How was Verstappen? I mean, maybe he has damage, to be fair. But yeah, Russell and Gasly still battling it out. Gasly must have insane straight line speed. Here goes Verstappen. Now we need him to push hard, catch the guys in front. So we're going to fast forward it.
Moved up.
Oh, we've got Leclerc now behind us. I'm going to now fully attack for the final few laps. We need to stick with Charles Leclerc.
Advance the race position.
Come on. We don't really want to be fighting Leclerc, but
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained
this
a
is
race
where
position.
we're at. Looks like Gasly's going to do it.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Now Alonso could be a spanner in the works. Yeah, we've now dropped out of the 1 second window of Charles Leclerc. And Sergio Perez is about to start the final lap of this French Grand Prix. Vettel has raced a brilliant one. I don't think it's going to quite work out for him though. It has been a tough old race with George Russell, but we just used too much of our tyres, I think, and left ourselves vulnerable at the end. Gasly's done a brilliant job to get right back into it. Let's see how George Russell's getting on. Is Max Verstappen gonna have a go on this final lap? We got Gasly leading the way for 4th place. We've got George Russell behind with DRS.
So this is last lap. Is this last lap?
Not bad. We're gonna deploy with Vettel
Okay.
as much as we can. Verstappen's the one that you need to watch. Is he going to manage to get past them both?
Copy.
Because these are all on hard, old hard tyres. Verstappen is on fairly new softs. So here we go. DRS enabled for both drivers. Can Verstappen get through here? I don't know. George Russell's going to have a little look round the outside. Is he of Pierre Gasly side by side? This is unbelievable. And Max Verstappen keeping an eye out for any opportunities. Sergio Perez wins the French Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz is in 2nd. Russell and Gasly side by side. But Gasly stays in front. Very, very good. Hülkenberg, meanwhile, has passed Lando Norris. Not sure how that's all happened. But that's fine. We'll deploy him as well.
Again. Yeah. We need to charge it.
Vettel's ERS is empty. Just going to double check Alonso's nowhere near. No, let's keep an eye on this battle. It's going to be a drag race up to the line. Russell's got DRS. Is he going to be able to get Gasly? I don't think so. Gasly finishes 4th, Russell 5th, Verstappen 6th, Leclerc 7th, and Vettel finishes 8th.
That's
2 points finishes in a row.
That was great this afternoon.
That is what we want.
Brilliant.
That was awesome.
Take all the pick up on the way in.
Absolutely awesome. Whew.
Copy that. Just take all the pick up.
That was an intense one, though. It really was. Can Hülkenberg hold on to 16th? Ahead of Norris. He's got no ERS out of the final corner. But here he goes. Can Hülkenberg stay ahead? Oh, I think Norris is going to get him. Yeah, Norris has got him. What a shame.
Let's check the flag.
What a shame. Tough race. Very tough race for Hülkenberg. Again, a lock-up early on, you know, and he was out of that DRS train, and that's the way it goes.
Sebastian Vettel sure knows how to show Formula
What a
1
shame.
fans a good time. Great work. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
You're completely right, and what a day for all the fans of the team as well.
And as this race weekend comes to a close, the team is 8th in the constructor standings.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula 1 will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Well, there you have it then. Sergio Perez wins the French Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz finishes second with Hamilton in third. Pierre Gasly, a wonderful fourth from pretty much the back of the grid, remember, after taking an engine penalty. So Gasly could have won this race. Gasly genuinely could have won this race. George Russell finishes 5th, Verstappen 6th, Leclerc in 7th, Vettel finishes a brilliant 8th to get 4 more points for the team. Alonso 9th and Ocon in 10th. Bottas finishes just outside the points. Nico Hülkenberg showed his credentials, I think, today. But once again, a lock-up early on. At least finished on the lead lap, though. Wasn't lapped this time. Had a good battle with Lando Norris at the end as well. So fair enough on that behalf. So Vettel moves up 3 places to 12th in the drivers' standings on 6 points now. Just 5 behind Kevin Magnussen. And that moves us as a team up to 8th place ahead of McLaren. Come on, that is brilliant. That is brilliant. So Vettel, will he get himself another development point? No, he won't. Will Nico? No. Drugovich should. It doesn't say he will, though. But there you go. Once again, we grab ourselves our finish position incentive. And we also got reach Q2 and the finish position streak. Yeah, we must have guaranteed that. But there you go. We have done it. So let's head back to the main menu, and as you can see, we have manufactured a new chassis. I don't think they've got development points, but I do like to check because sometimes there you go. So Drugovich does have one, so let's move that up to 50. Hülkenberg doesn't have one. He's probably quite close to getting the next one then. Okay, absolutely fine. Alright, I think we're pretty much there for this episode. Next time out, we're going to have some manufacturing to do. We've got a design for our side pods complete before the Hungarian Grand Prix. We've got the car part test centre upgrade as well, meaning that we should be able to start some research during the summer break, as well as get another design on the car. And we also have our first board performance review to make sure that they don't want to sack me, and certainly the last couple of races will have helped with that. So a busy episode next time out as well. This has been the longest one since part 1, so I really hope you've enjoyed it. It was an intense French Grand Prix, more points in the bag for Aston Martin, and we are ready to rock and roll and get further up the grid as we move on to Hungary next time out. So if you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.